Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the test account, and that is right, the Guardian's Blade is up. Now overall, when it comes to Iran, when it comes to the Awakened version of Iran, I am super impressed, and I didn't notice till some of you kind of pointed out in the YouTube comments that he is kind of part Draconic hero. So he's kind of an awakened hero, which of course is the Wilder, but also part Draconic hero. They said this right arm, as you can see here, with the blade and only having the single blade kind of intertwined and wrapped around. They said it is part of like a dragon on his arm. I'm interested to see the videos. I'm interested to see everything else that this hero is going to bring. But super impressed, while being kind of a little bit disappointed. I love that it is him. I wish it would have been, of course, our big boy Groot. Almost would have been awesome to see. And also because we just spent a crazy amount of resources on the Draconic version of Gwen. So unfortunately, we put all of our resources in there, and we're not going to have anything left for him to really build. So I want to hop over the YouTube account, want to see exactly what we do have left to build him out. But of course, the stained glass window is up. Now, also remember, a lot of players were questioning, should we build him out? Is he going to be a good hero? All of the questions that come out the day that we get the release. Overall, wait. And I'll show you why in just a second. But right here, guys, you are getting some time emblems out of here. With the release of the hero itself, you will also acquire another 50 time emblems out of there. Then, of course, we get 12 more out of this area. So going through the store, the story and everything else with the overview, you'll get another 12 out of here. Within the voyage itself, you'll get another 10 out of there. So you're picking up 32 right out of here. You're buying them daily out of the shop, getting them in a lot of different game modes. And then, of course, they do drop the 50 when he comes out. Now, I had to pick up this one as well. I forgot to pick it up over on the test server. Let's hop over to the YouTube channel or YouTube account, and we'll take a look. All right, guys, so here we have it. So 13,000 diamonds we've already acquired. Now, this is kind of where I'm getting stuck. So when you look at the original version of Iran, very, very cool if you use him for the 5-pull. This is the reason why I love how he works. I love how he systematically works. You can see, built him out here quite a bit. We used him for a crazy amount of time. That's the reason why I love that we're building him. I love that we're going to be impressed. Now, again, getting back to should you build him when he's released? Should you really focus on him? I want to go back and I want to look at the Awakened version of Entendre. Now, when it came to the Awakened version of Entendre, this is a hero that we built out day one. We maxed her out. We got all of the copies, everything like that. We took her to a 40. You can see we did the 80 engraving, not being used really much of any places. You talk about a disappointment for a hero. And again, I know she's a little bit lower on the tier list, not seeing the impact of an Awakened hero as much as we like. And of course, not a huge difference when it comes to how the hero looks fundamentally, which again was another disappointment. When you think of Taylene, when you think of some of the really big Awakened heroes, it was a night and day difference. Even looking here in a comparison to what she looks like right here, even looking at the non-Awakened version, it is very, very similar. They didn't really go over the top with the new hero, which I'm hoping they will do with Iran. And I'm hoping that Iran does make a really big impact. Now, of course, with all the investment that we put into the hero, she is being used in a couple niche places, but not as much as we were kind of hoping. Then, of course, we get into the Awakened version of Gwen. All of the Draconic heroes are just silly expensive when it comes to the cost. But overall, we have been building out and working on the engraving right here. Even looking here, we are 78 of 80. We have 139. We are not even close to finishing this hero out before we get to summon Iran. And then, of course, with summoning Iran, we're going to have to do the furniture. We're going to have to do the engraving. We're going to have to do the signature item. Because when it comes specifically to the Awakened heroes, similar to Entendre, you have to have them built out in their entirety. If you're missing part of them, like this one, for instance, is the signature item, which is the 10, 10, 20, 30, and then the 40 signature item. If you do not build these heroes out in their entirety, they are missing a huge part of the functionality of the Awakened heroes. That is why not only the cost to summon them, but the cost to invest in them are very, very high. So even looking at what the 90 emblems, 90 plus, probably 100 emblems that we're getting with the new hero with the Awakened version of Iran coming out, I would build the current heroes that we have. So thinking of the priority when it comes to building out these heroes, my still number one, the number one that I go to is the Awakened version of Athalia. this would be the first one that I would build before anyone. Even if Iran comes out, it's a really strong hero, really high on the tier list, big priority. We know some other heroes like Athalia are already the priority. They are already the best in slot in a multitude of teams. They are being used in every place in AFK Arena, which is the exact same with the Awakened version of Shamira. She is a hero we are seeing in almost every single game mode, every single kind of aspect of AFK Arena. So even getting those extra emblems, if you don't have Athalia built out, if you don't have Shamira built out, I would go ahead, I would move forward, I would build them out because we already know they're tried and tested, they ring true, they're used in formations, we know where they're being used, we know how they're being used. Even with the new hero, again, it's the new shiny that a lot of people are kind of chasing. And of course, on this account, we have emblems. So question I wanted to pose to you guys is looking at the Temple of Time, we have 854 emblems. With the release of the new hero, we're going to see, again, 50 for the release, 32 for the drop. So, I mean, you're talking, you know, what, 82 right there, plus whatever we get during that time. We're looking at emblems now, roughly taking 395, I believe it took for Brutus. And I even think when it comes to building out Leica, I think we're around 450. I know Thane and them were a couple higher, but with the probabilities going up, even if I go in here and I spend 500 cards, we're still leaving 354 cards on the table, meaning by the time we get another Awakened hero in another 2 to 3 months, chances are we're going to have a lot more of our Time Emblem cards. So the question that I have is, one, should we use the Time Emblem cards? Should we start using them on here to add some more stars? I know fundamentally it's not really worth a return because of the cost, but we could do that. Now, in addition, the other question is within the store, we have been buying this and I recommend buying this every single time you have the opportunity. I'm at the point with the Time Emblems where we're already kind of overcommitted or we have so many Time Emblems already that I might not buy them out of the shop and I could actually save my 500 diamonds out of here and replace it essentially with the other 500. So what I'm thinking is dropping out my Time Emblem right here, grabbing the Arcane Staffs, which of course is going to be building out the collections, buying out right here, and again, thinking of the return, buying out the resources right here to get some extra resources when it comes to the engraving, when it comes to the Arcane Staff. So moving my 500 diamonds from actually buying out the Time Emblem, because again, we're going to be hundreds over, and even let's say, for instance, if it takes me 400 to get the Awakened version of Iran, we're still looking at probably 500 plus Time Emblems that I'm going to be sitting on. We get them every day out of our daily chest. That isn't going to change. So fundamentally moving it over to this build, using my 500 diamonds every day, again, to build the engraving up and build the engraving up on a multitude of heroes much faster, as well as building out those collections and getting a lot more Arcane Staffs every single day. So the decision and the question has been posed because, of course, guys, we still get them out of here. We also get, of course, our Draconic stuff in here, our Stargazer Scrolls. Even in the guild store, another place, we get all of our Time Emblems out of here. The Time Emblem income that we're generating through a multitude of game modes, as well as a few game modes that we're getting on a regular basis, like looking at our Treasure Scramble, getting some more resources, getting some more Time Emblems again out of a few different places really does make a difference. And they're adding up much, much faster than I thought they would add. But I'm also hoping, now tomorrow is going to be the patch day. I'm hoping in the patch we're going to see some more Field of Stars. I'm hoping they're going to add Arcane Staffs into the AFK rewards. There's a lot of things I'm hopeful for, including going in here and having a Dimensional Tower in here or having a Draconic Tower in here, a multitude or one of the other. I would absolutely 100% love to see something of that nature that would come out and really be able to engage a lot more players and a lot more of the content that we have here with the heroes that we currently possess. But all right, guys, so that is the question that I'm posing. I want you guys to drop the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.